Gummy tyres. Ever used them? Should you use them? About 10 years ago, everyone started talking about the incredibly soft rear knobby used by Graham Jarvis. Goldentyre GT216X.
If I were you, I wouldn't listen to these retards.
Many riders decided if Jarvis was constantly winning hard enduros with this tyre, then it must help them ride better as well. Of course, then all the complaints started about this expensive gummy tyre that only lasted 1 to 3 rides. Gummy tyres work best when you avoid wheel spin, so throttle jockeys complained a lot. And of course, the soft rubber does wear out faster. Years ago, I reviewed the incredibly soft GT216X. I avoided wheel spin, I only rode in technical terrain, I still only got 8 rides from that tyre. I normally get about 50 rides with normal rear knobbies. So, should you use a very soft gummy rear tyre? Probably not. These are ideal for riding over rocks, roots, rutted trails. It would probably be no better than a normal knobby for everyday dirt riding. And it can be poor at speed due to all the flexing of knobs and the tyre carcass. And it can be terrible in mud. I remember being stranded at the bottom of a slippery clay climb while beginners got to the top. The super soft knobs kept flexing and not digging into the clay. Very embarrassing. There is good news though. There is a range of hybrid tyres now that can last a long time and suit more dirt riders. Here are some examples. They are called hybrids because they use a combination of trials tyre features mixed with enduro features. First, the rubber compound. Some manufacturers are using a semi-soft compound to try and get more durability. Second, the tyre carcass. Gummy tyres are usually lighter and have less ply, so they wrap around the terrain. They can tear easier and flex too much at speed. But hybrids often use a stiffer carcass with more ply to counter this. Third, the tread pattern. Some hybrids lean more toward a trials tyre pattern, but with more ply and harder rubber. Others, like the Motoz Arena, use a motocross tread, but with a soft, flexible carcass. Dirt Bike magazine has done a good comparison of gummy tyres and which might suit you best. They rated the Motoz Arena Hybrid as one of the best due to the incredibly long life for a gummy tyre. My Canadian cousins fitted these rear tyres to the Enduro fleet last summer, partly due to the review by Dirt Bike magazine. Here are their impressions.
Do you remember when gummy tyres first emerged? The idea of a gummy first came to my consciousness with a Kenda Ibex. That was the first time I had heard of a gummy. And I had people around me who were Ibex junkies. And what I learned about that is it's a very expensive habit. They are an expensive tire, and the soft compound would wear and chunk very quickly. And the people that I knew that were addicted to these things would get 2, maybe 3 rides out of these. They were saving them specifically for high pressure days where either the riding level was really high with a group that was at a very high skill level, they were fast and technically very good, or it was a race tire. So they would buy this rear tire for a race and run it for one race, and it would help or supposedly help their performance. And that was what I knew. That was my reference for what a gummy tire was. Now, because of the popularity of the concept, everybody came out with a gummy tire. And because of my experience watching others with a Kenda Ibex, I was turned off because I am not a good enough rider to need a gummy or want a gummy because I just don't feel like the price point and longevity of a tire like that made much sense for what I do, which is trail ride in the forest with my friends. Fast forward 5 or 6 years, and we formed a relationship with Motoz tires. We like that tire lineup because it covers everything from a gummy hybrid enduro tire all the way to the other end of the spectrum is they make great knobbies for adventure bikes. And what happened was last year at Grisbait, we requested their Arena hybrid gummy. The reason we requested it wasn't because I requested it. It was because Chuck Harder requested it. He is very attuned to rubber compounds and terrain and performance. So, of course, I let Chuck have his way with that choice. He chose the Gummy hybrid. Motas sent us enough tires to outfit our fleet for Grisbait. Now, what you need to know about Grisbait is that it is 100% rock 100% of the time. If you're not riding on rock at Grisbait, blink, because it's going to be around the corner. We're climbing the Rocky Mountains, and it is rock. And Chuck felt that a gummy would be a good choice for that ride. I was worried that those rocks were going to shred those gummies very, very quickly, and we'd be left with chunked out tires. And that's not the case. That's not what happened. Spoiler alert. The reason I'm making this video is because I'm so impressed with the Motoz gummy. Not only is it a gummy compound that really grips on the right terrain, the longevity is ridiculous. When we run things, we almost always put a fresh tire onto, especially a rear, onto a bike before someone rides it. But I'm too lazy to treat myself that well. So I put a gummy on at the beginning of Grisbait, which for us is about a month, and I rode that tire the entire month, and then I rode that tire when I got home through the fall, and the tire that I'm showing you right now on my personal motorcycle is that exact same gummy that we put on that motorcycle before Grisbait. And if that is not unbelievably good performance, I don't know what else to say. It's a gummy, it's got great traction, and great longevity. And I don't know the price. We'll find out the price and probably flash the price up there somewhere. But this motorcycle tire is good value. Even if it's expensive, you have to realize that you need to amortize that over the length of the time you'll be running the tire. So it just feels like a really good value. Anyway, that's why I'm making the video. I hope this was informative. It's my truth, at least. I don't know if it's the truth, but it's my truth. And I was so impressed with that tire, and it only makes me more impressed with Motas as a company, because we've had nothing but good dealings, but also as a tire lineup. They have a lot of choices, and everyone complains and moans that, oh, they're so expensive, but I'm pretty sure with tires you get what you pay for. The odd time you get a deal, there's some weird value proposition that's out there, but most of the time with the tires especially, you're getting what you pay for. Not to mention the word Kenda Ibex too often in a Motoz video, but it's a perfect example of you get what you pay for. You pay for a gummy, a super gummy that has very short life, and that's exactly what you're getting. In this case, you're paying for a gummy that has a lot of longevity, more than I expected. And there was a lot of wheel spin. We've got lots of riders that are not expert or professional level caliber riders, and there's lots of wheel spin, especially in the back. There's lots of wheel spin. So anyway, I'm just impressed. I wanted to share that with you guys. Please let me know in the comments below if you enjoy a gummy, if you have tried the Motoz gummy, if you've tried other gummies. What's your comment? I know tires are subjective, but this one for me has been very objective.